Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Madden 24 rebuild. We got part 2 of the New York Giants. I paused there for a second because I didn't think my thing was recording, but it is, so we are A-okay. I can't exactly remember where we left off. It's been about over a week since the last time I recorded this. It's tough, guys. I'm really busy, got a really busy schedule, and I'm trying to, go on and achieve some dreams as well. And it's just gonna get a lot better. Maybe not this year, but next year it's going to be terribly worse. But I will keep working as hard as I can, You know me. But New York Giants rebuild part 2. Let's take a look at our roster. We got Daniel Jones. Will he be our quarterback next year? I think this is his final year on his contract. And I'm really debating about even wanting to bring him back next year. Oh, no, he's got 2. He's here for the full time. Never mind. Maybe I did resign him. I don't know. We got Matt Hawkins here. Halfback, we got Saquon Barkley, Trey Moore, Eric Gray, Malik Davis, and Tristan Ebner. Fullback, we got Kevin Ware. 66 overall. Wide receiver, we got Rashad Bateman, Damian Atkinson, Isaiah Hodgins, Wandale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, and Kwame Lassiter II. Tight end, we have Darren Waller and Daniel Bellinger. Left tackle, we got Andrew Thomas, Dontrell Toon, and Felix McGullough. Left guard, we got John Holloman and Joshua Azudu. Center, is he a rookie? No, he's a one-year guy. Center, we got John Michael Schmitz and Dan Shaw. Right guard, we got Antonio Shepard and Marcus McKesson. He's the rookie. Right tackle, we got Evan Neal, Barry Walton, and Dylan Hall. Okay, left end, we got Boogie Basham Jr. and Ashton Peters. Right end, we have Trent Nolan and Deion Stallworth. At defensive tackle, we got Dexter Lawrence II and DJ Davidson and Austin Williamson. Left outside linebacker, we got Aziz Ojolari. Middle linebacker, Bobby Okorike. Isaiah Okorike, I don't remember how anyone says it. Isaiah Simmons, Micah McFadden, Darian Beavers, Terrell Griffey, and Esteban Trejo. Right outside linebacker, we got Kayvon Thibodeau. Corner, we got Deontay Banks, Adoree Jackson, Paulson Adebo, Cordale Flott, Trey Hawkins III, Chuck Clifford, Tony Tompkins, and Tyrone Young. Free safety, we got Xavier McKinney, Mo Osling III, Emmanuel Roman. Strong safety, we got Percy Smith, Dane Belton, another rookie right here in Percy Smith. Kicker, Graham Gano. Punter, Carter Thomas, and Michael Maynard. So that is our team. Not much else to look at here. I'm probably going to simulate to the regular season here. I'm going to go through guys. I'm going to mess around with the depth chart, add some guys to the team, not cut some guys, but put guys on the trade block, and I'll see you guys at the start of the season. Alrighty, well, we are at the week 1 regular season here. We went 2-1 in the bye week, so we are pretty good there. I think, what did we do last time? I want to make the playoffs. I know that for sure. I want to make the playoffs. Choose draft class. Obviously, we're going to keep auto-generated rookies. We're going to choose our scouts as well. So we are going to go to re-sign players. I haven't done this in a while. It takes me a minute to think. Dane Belton, I'm not bringing him back. Wandale Robinson, he's not going to end up coming back. Cordale Flott's not going to come back. Mo Osling, Daniel Bellinger's not coming back. Micah McFadden's not coming back. Nobody here that I don't think is coming back. I got nobody. Deontay Banks is the guy I got to accept the option for, but I see nobody that I want to bring back here. There's nobody here that I want to bring back. Wandale Robinson would be nice, but he's not a factor on this team with Atkinson being drafted. What do I go with then for my scouts? Who should I scout? I could scout a quarterback, I guess, but not really much of a use to do that. Not running back. Don't need receiver. Don't need tight end. I could probably scout a tight end, honestly. Darren Waller's getting a little too old. Left tackle, I don't need. Offensive line, I don't need at all. Defensive end, I'm good at. Defensive tackle, I'm good at. I think all linebacker positions I'm good at. Corner, I'm good at. Maybe corner. Adoree Jackson's getting up there in age. Cordale Flott, I'm not bringing back, so I don't know. We could always get one in free agency as well. One that we could take up just for now. I think I'm focusing corner and tight end. I think that's what I'm going to be looking at here. hire and assign scout. So let's go with 3-star tight end since that's probably more needed since we're losing our backup tight end and and Darren Waller's kind of old. I'm in the wrong thing. So I'm going to go with tight end and corner for this. Corner is a national strength, but that's okay. It's not a big deal that much. So let's clear all this here. And let's look. We got a 3-star tight end and a quarterback scout here. Now I'm going to do the rest of this and yeah. All right, so there is all the scouts set up here. I had 3-star tight end, 2-star tight end in the southeast, 1-star tight end in the northeast, corner in the central, and corner and tight end in the west. So that's what I'm looking at for here. Tight end doesn't seem like a bad spot anywhere else, but it's just like kind of the only one position that I really truly need. I guess Adoree Jackson's still going to be back next year, but there's no use in, not no use. There's nothing wrong with potentially finding his replacement a year earlier, so that is not too bad of a thing. It's not a bad problem to have. It isn't. But yeah, that's gonna do it here. So I'm gonna sim to the mid-season mark, and we will see where we're at. We are 5-2 at the mid-season mark. That is kind of nice to see. Finally, after all this time, we're ahead of the division currently. I think we're still using San Francisco offense and Tampa Bay defense. Tampa Bay defense is working quite well, points per game. Offense is still kind of mid, but it was better than it was last year. So definitely can't complain too much, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we're doing all right. I mean, come on. Lance Dillon, defensive tackle from LSU, is who they're projecting us to get. Well, I'm not looking for a defensive tackle, so thank you very much. I run a 3-4, so that is all right. Scouting national focus. We are obviously going to put tight end there. And obviously, as I said, I don't believe there is any free or re-signed players, I should say, that we want to bring back. Well, we can't anyway. We don't have any money, so it's not even worth looking. Negative $5 million going into next season. That's not exactly what we want, but that's whatever. All right, well, I'm going to go to week 10. We'll go through the college players, and I'll see you guys there. All right, let's go through the draft class here. If you ever hear me talking over here as I started the recording, that's because I'm looking at the other computer to make sure the recording started. So that's after every clip, you kind of hear my voice just a little bit off to the side, and then it fixes itself. Yeah, that's just me looking over at the other monitor. I don't know if I ever explained that. This is only like the second video I'm recording. Or, no, the second. This is the fourth video. I did the first two... I don't know why I was on that screen. I did the first two frickin' Expanse videos on this setup. This is my first recording with the new 140 hertz monitor. So my 4K monitor is back on my PS5, and this is 1440p on my computer because that's what my graphics card works for. It doesn't really work for 4K, unfortunately, but that's alright because we're recording in 1080p, so that's more my problem than it is your guys's. But let's take a look down the college players here. But it is nice to be able to record and have a nice screen in front of me that I'm playing off of, while there's another nice screen here that's, you know, recording. Well, technically the PC's recording, not the screen, but you get what I mean. So looking at the tight ends here, we got Jimmy Carney, who is the only projected first-round guy. Vertical threat. He is really fucking good. Holy shit. Great to elite in everything. Jimmy Carney might be our guy. A, awareness, C, impact blocking, B, catching traffic, B, catching, B, run block. He looks really fucking good. Wow. Nelson Avery, tight end, vertical threat. Obviously he's a tight end. What do you think I'm looking at? Good physicals. F, impact blocking, C, catching traffic, C, spec catch, B, catching. He's the only other guy I'm probably considering on this list, considering that everyone else is pretty bad. Devin Hutton, possession guy. Decent physicals himself. B, break tackle, C, injury, B, medium route, A, catching traffic, B, catching. He's not terrible either. Devin Hutton. Marquis Ballard, vertical threat out of Georgia. Still another good guy with good physicals. A, awareness, A, break tackle, A, injury, B, catching traffic, B, pass block, B, deep route, C, medium route, C, spec catch, C, trucking. Another guy that doesn't look too bad here in the 3rd, 4th round. Other than that, looks like that's what we're getting out of that. So corner here we got Trent Felton, man-to-man guy, decent physicals, A-man coverage, A press, B zone coverage, D play rec, not terrible at all. Marco Howell, he is a zone coverage type of guy, decent physicals as well, B awareness, D man coverage, D play rec, B press, B zone coverage, B tackle, doesn't look too incredibly good. Jalen Fairley, zone guy, decent physicals, A press, B catching, B injury, B zone coverage, C play rec. Okay, I mean, I'm alright with that. Daryl Clemens, man-to-man guy, physicals, pretty decent. B man coverage, B press, A injury, B zone coverage, C tackle, C catching, C play rec. Another decent, okay guy. Julius Marion, as I look at him, man-to-man guy, physicals are meh. B block, shed, B catching, B press, nothing too impressive out of that. I think that's pretty much it here. Jaquez Gordon, man-to-man guy, decent physicals, B man coverage, B catching, B tackle, D play rec, C press. He's not too terrible. Maybe a guy I can take in the later rounds, but yeah, that's it for corners. All right, here are my favorites. Here we got a couple wide receivers, couple halfbacks. Obviously we got my tight ends here. A couple of guards, you know, the offensive lineman, right end, middle linebacker, outside linebacker, back corner, a couple punters. Nothing too special out of this, but you know, they're there anyway. But I'm gonna simulate to the next week here. We can put together all of the things that we need to put together here, like the fucking focus players. That's the word I was looking for. We did beat the Panthers. We're 6-3. Nice to see. Scouting focus players. We'll choose those guys, see what guys that we still need to know about. Obviously, I want to know about my tight end. Nelson Avery is actually terrible. I thought he looked decent to me. Devin Hutton's actually a round 1 to 2 guy, and Marquis Ballard is a round 3 to 4 guy. Devin Hutton honestly looked like a round 1 to 2 guy looking at him, but we'll take a look at Jimmy Carney here and see what he looks like. Other than that, I'd like to look at corners. Jalen Fairley was one I wanted to look at, and Jaquez Gordon I'll look at here too. So those are the guys we'll look at for focus players, and we are going to simulate to the playoffs, and I will see you guys there. We are 13-4 at the playoffs. We only ended up losing one game after the Cowboys, which was, of course, the Cowboys again. So if we could not meet the Cowboys in the playoffs, which they had 12-5, we won the division. We are the NFC East champions. We are the 2nd seed, unfortunately. Yeah, we're the 2nd seed, unfortunately. I'm sorry to repeat myself there, but I had someone walking in my room and talking to me, so yeah. Cowboys are the 5th seed, Eagles 6th. That's unfortunate. Let's see if we can beat the Panthers here in the wild card and move on to the divisional championship. Here we go. Come on, Giants. We lost to the Panthers. We beat them earlier in the season too, but we finally made the playoffs, so I don't think they're going to be too mad. Deontay Banks going up to an 84 overall. Nice to see for our first-round wide receiver. But we made the playoffs this time, so I guess I can't be too angry at this time around. We do have 16 mil in available cap. Where that came from, no one will ever know. I'm going to simulate to the Super Bowl, and we'll see who's in it. Eagles-Bills Super Bowl. This Super Bowl 60 sucks. Eagles and Bills. I'd rather not see the Eagles, but the Cowboys didn't make it, and they beat us twice. I think it was the Cowboys who beat us twice. The Commanders beat us once. I don't know who the other person was to beat us. I want to say it wasn't the Eagles. We can look. I'm sitting on schedule. We can actually look at that. You know that? It's crazy. So yeah, we lost to the Bills, so they were the ones to make the Super Bowl. At least that's a much more comforting loss than the Commanders, Cowboys once. We lost to the Cowboys twice, so that's unfortunate. But 13-4 season, 13-4 season, getting kicked out in the wild card is not the nicest thing in the world, but unfortunately, it's what happened. So, yep, we will be looking at stats and awards. I was having a freaking brain meltdown there for a second. Daniel Jones, 3,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 picks. That's a decent season. Not a crazy amount of yards, but what do you expect considering the playbook? Saquon Barkley with 1,800 yards and 13 touchdowns. Trey Moore, 300 yards and 7 touchdowns. Daniel Jones with 300 yards and a touchdown. Damian Atkinson with 873 yards and 10 touchdowns. Isaiah Hodgins with 864 yards and 11 touchdowns. Rashad Bateman, 674 yards and 3 touchdowns. Darren Waller, 545 yards and 4 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley with 246 yards and a touchdown. Nice to see. Actually, solid year for not letting up too many sacks from our guys, or at least from individually. Normally, the tackles are letting up 13 sacks. Tackles for loss, Dexter Lawrence with 21, Trent Nolan with 13, Azeez Ojulari with 11, Kayvon Thibodeau with 9, Boogie Basham with 7, Isaiah Simmons with 5, Bobby Okorike, Deontay Banks, Paulson Adebo, DJ Davidson with 3, Xavier McKinney, Percy Smith with 2, Ashton Peters with 1. Azeez Ojulari had 10 sacks. Dexter, fucking A. Talking too fast. Dexter Lawrence had 7 sacks. Trent Nolan with 5.5, Kayvon Thibodeau with 5, Bobby Okorike with 3.5, Isaiah Simmons with 2.5, Boogie Basham with 2, and Paulson Adebo with half a sack. Isaiah Simmons, Deontay Banks, and Adoree Jackson all had 2 picks, with Bobby Okorike and Cordell Flott having 1. Graham Gano with 12 for 16 in field goals, so not that great. It's not a bad season from our guys, especially winning 13 games. And 31 touchdowns isn't bad considering the playbook. Josh Allen was the winner of the MVP. We had nobody, unfortunately. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon at 2. Defensive Player of the Year, nobody. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Trey Moore. The backup running back won Offensive Rookie of the Year, Kevin Ware at 8. I don't even know where the fuck Kevin Ware played. Not gonna lie to you. Was he a receiver? I don't know. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had nobody. Best quarterback, Daniel Jones was at 6. Best running back, Saquon won Best running back. So look at our running backs going off. Best wide receiver, we had nobody. Best O-line, nobody. Best D-line, Dexter Lawrence at 8. Best linebacker, Azeez Ojulari at 3. Best defensive back, nobody. Best kicker, fortunately, Graham Gano is not even in the best kicker list. That's sad. But I guess I don't make the rules. Advance the week, see who wins the Super Bowl here between the Eagles and the Bills. Eagles. I'm assuming. I'm predicting Eagles. Nope, the Bills won it. Bills are Super Bowl 60 champions, the 6-time AFC champions. The Eagles are 4-time. And the first-time Super Bowl champions, the first time ever the Bills won the Super Bowl, with defensive tackle Ed Oliver winning Super Bowl MVP. Good for him. Yeah, I don't know what else I should say here. A few 2025 retirements. Do we have anybody that retired? Nobody. We're -2 in cap space, but that's not a terrible thing to be at, I guess. Upgrade players. We can also clear some cap space by getting rid of some of these players that are signed at the practice squad that we don't need. I'll do that here at resign players here, and we'll actually advance the week there to resign players. And we'll take out some additional space that we do not need. Mock draft 3 we can take a look at here. I say a lot. I don't know why, but it's what I do. We're with pick number 4. They're projecting Devin Hutton. I actually want to take a look. I'm assuming that the other tight end is there. Round 2 to 3. So Devin Hutton's actually the best tight end in this tight end class. So that means I can probably go corner with my first pick. Jalen Fairley's a round 1 corner. I don't know Jaquez Gordon. I might take a look at Trent Felton, Darrell Clemens, and Jaquez Gordon with it, because I don't think Marco Howell's any decently good at all. So we can leave that alone. I thought I had a dog in my room, but I guess he's gone. Players. Oh, we don't need to negotiate with any players, but I'm going to go through team salaries, and I'm going to cut some players that we don't need. To restructure some contracts and everything. We got 20 mil in available cap space now. I just looked at the looked at all the contracts we got to bring back next year too, and it is insane. We have a lot of people that are on their final year of their deals. Daniel Jones, all of my corners. My Some of my safeties, everybody's on just the final year of their deal. Saquon, holy, it's gonna be a tough year next year to bring everybody back, but this is the year, man. Next year's the year. Win the Super Bowl, baby. Let's go. We have to make sure to do Deontay Banks' 5th year option here real quick. Yes, accept the 5th year option. Okay, I fucking do me over 100 times, why don't you? Let's advance to free agency week 1. I'm probably going to look through the free agency list. I don't know if there's anybody that I really want, but it doesn't hurt to look. It really doesn't. If I take a look down the NFL rosters and make sure that we got everything we really need. Fullback's good, wide receiver's good, tight end, we need a backup. Left tackle, left guard, center, right tackle, left end, right end, defensive tackle, we could probably use a decent backup. Middle linebacker, right outside linebacker, corner, free safety, strong safety. We're good everywhere. Not really anybody we need to bring in on free agency, but we can take a look down the free agency list anyway. Lane Johnson here, Jordan Mailata, Joe Thuney, Tyrann Mathieu, Ryan Stonehouse, the punter. Sorry. Rasul Douglas, Connor Williams, Logan Cook. Of course, there's never anybody that's like of a young age that you like to bring in. Sam Howell, you're 25 years old. I could bring him in, he's already be better than fucking Daniel Jones. Tyler Allgeiers here. Don't really think. Wide receiver, we got Romeo Doubs is here. John Mechie III as well. Tight end, Evan Ingram's here, but he's also getting old. He's a superstar, though, so good for him. Isaiah Likely's here. He's a guy we could bring in. But I like that first-round possible tight end that we got there, Jordan Mailata, who definitely wouldn't be a bad signing at all. Joe Thuney here as well. Nothing too great. I don't want to bring in anybody and have an old team, so Travis Jones I'll bring in to be the backup defensive tackle since he wants to come in. I think that's all I'm going to do because there's not really anybody else that I need or want at all. Leo Chanel is here, but he has no interest, otherwise I'd bring him in to be the backup, but it's okay. Well, actually I wouldn't because he wouldn't fit the scheme, so that's not true. I wouldn't bring him in, but we'll bring in Travis Jones, and he's signed with the Giants. He can be our backup defensive tackle behind Dexter Lawrence, just an extra guy in there at defensive tackle. So that'll be nice. Other than that, I think I'm going to simulate to the free agency recap, and I will see you guys there. The free agency recap, let's take a look at the mock draft number 5. Who are they projecting us? I don't think the corner Marco Howell I wasn't planning on looking at, so that's okay if he goes. Trent Felton goes right here. But then again, there's no other corner that supposedly would go in the first round. I think we are looking pretty good at corner. I don't have to bring back a Dory Jackson at all. Like I wasn't really planning to begin with, but it'd be nice to get one in the first round. We can take a look here. Lane Johnson's a Panther, Jordan Mailata's a Bear, Joe Thuney's a Panther, Tyrann Mathieu's a Saint, Rasul Douglas is a Raider, Connor Williams is a Titan, DeMarcus Lawrence is a Charger, Deion Dawkins a Jet, Tyler Allgeier is a Saint, Isaiah Rodgers Sr. is a Titan, Jermaine Pratt's a Saint, Cole Holcomb's a Vikings, Adarius Smith is a Titan, Romeo Doubs is a Panther, Jawan Bentley's a Jet, Dante Jackson's a Viking, Cesar Ruiz is a Panther, Evan Ingram's a Ram, Javon Hargrave's a Viking, Jeff Okudah's a Viking, Lyle Collins is a Titan, Michael Thomas is a Viking, BJ Hill's a Chief, wanted to look, Sam Howell to the Raiders, Kenny Pickett to the Jets, Zach Wilson's a Lion, and Trey Lance is a Bronco. Interesting. Private workouts, we are looking at the corners of the group here that I wanted to look at. Trent Felton, Marco Wilson, I'm going to leave. Daryl Clemens and Jaquez Gordon. I don't think Marco, whatever the fuck his name was, is that good, in all honesty with you. We'll advance the week to the draft here, and we'll take a look at the draft class again and take a look at our game plan here going into the draft. So there we go. That's mock drafts. That's not what I wanted. Prospects, favorites. So it's looking like Devin Hutton's our tight end. We're going to probably get him in the second or third round. Probably second, just to make sure I do get him. Jalen Fairley is a round 1 guy. Trent Felton, unfortunately, is not there, unfortunately. A block shed, a man coverage, a press, be catching, be zone coverage. I don't know how much I like Trent Felton. I mean, Jalen Fairley, Daryl Clemens is here as well, and Jaquez Gordon isn't actually that good. I think I kind of like Trent Felton, but I don't think I want to trade up to get him. So I think I'm going to sit where I'm at and go for Daryl Clemens. I think that's who I want to go for here. I'm just going to sit where I'm at, go for Daryl Clemens. We can accept that. I did want to look, though, because Jimmy Carney looks so fucking good. His physicals, all elite to great. I mean, come on. How is this man around 2 to 3 guy? But Devin Hutton being around 1 to 2 guys is certainly a surprise. I mean, still some really decent physicals from him. But I don't know. I just kind of surprised me that he was around 1 to 2 guy. But that's who we're looking in the second round. We know who we're looking for in the first round. Let's take a look and make sure no one's taking him in the mock drafts here. If we go to Scout College Players and we go to mock drafts, let's make sure that no one is getting him. I don't know why I just decided to have that fucking accent, but I did. Trent Felton goes at 20 here to the Raiders. Ben James is the quarterback. I don't know why I went back to him. Marco Howell is supposed to go at 9 to the Steelers, so hopefully he actually isn't as good as they expect him to be, but I don't think any other guy goes anywhere else. So I think I'm okay to take my guy at number 24, and that's what we're going to go for. Let's simulate, or we're actually at the draft. So let's start the NFL draft. I can sim to my pick here. I don't need to wait for anything. And we will draft the corner. Imagine someone took my tight end. I would be so pissed off. Jalen Fairley is actually a zone guy. Decent physicals, A awareness, A block shed, A press, B zone, B injury, B stamina, B catching. Not very good at the man thing though. Daryl Clemens, he was a man-to-man guy. Another thing of decent physicals, B man, B block, B press, A injury. I'm actually thinking that Daryl Clemens is not as good. I'm going to take Jalen Fairley. Hopefully this is the better option. Hidden dev trait, 93 speed, 87 jumping, 87 change of direction, 88 agility, and 94 acceleration. Safe to say, Jalen Fairley's pretty good no matter what, and he's a hidden dev trait, so nothing we can be complaining about. Advancing to the next user pick here, we're going to look at... Don't take my tight end, guys. I will fucking be pissed. We're taking Devin Hutton here. Tight end, hidden dev trait, 77 strength, 82 speed, 82 jumping, 78 change of direction, 82 agility, and 88 acceleration for Devin Hutton, our new probably starting tight end, because we all know that Mr. What's his name is going to probably not be starting for so much longer. Donovan Newberry's here. Don't think he's as good as I thought he was, so I don't even know why I still have him here. Jermaine Starks actually looks pretty good. Kind of want to take him just to see what's going on with him. Jaden Andrews, another guy, look decent. I'm going to take Jermaine Starks only because I want to. He might not be as good, but he's got a hidden dev trait, so I'm going to focus on depth picks the rest of the way out. And, well, yeah. Alright, we're going to take a look at the draft recap here. We have $4 million available cap space after that. Jalen Fairley is actually a 77 overall corner, with Devin Hutton being a 73 overall tight end, unfortunately. Jermaine Starks a 70 overall right end, and all our depth pickup. Well, Taj Phillips was actually a 68, so that honestly wasn't a bad pickup either. Same with Jason Hoskins being a 67, so I can't be mad about those pickups. But Jalen Fairley being a 77. What was the other tight end then? Devin Hutton was a 73. Happened to be a round 1 guy. Who the hell was the other one? So right tackle Shelton Hobbs was actually an 82 overall, so good for him. Christopher Holt, halfback, a 78. Trent Felton, corner, was a 78. Unfortunately, I just wasn't going to bother to trade up to get him. Alex Patrick, 77. Jalen Fairley, 77 as well. Ben Ward was a... But Jack McLean, Bobby Isaac, a halfback, Deion Rowe, a halfback, Daryl Clemens, a corner, Brian Wayne, a linebacker, were all 76s. I need to figure out where this other tight end went. He didn't go in the first round. So the only tight end, Jimmy Carney, was a 73 as well. So it didn't fucking matter who I took. I don't know why one had said like, oh, round 1 to 2 guy. This guy, yeah, round 2 to 3. Boo. But with him, round 1 to 2. So I guess the game just liked him better over Carney. So that's okay. That's a decent pickup. I figured when I saw round 1 to 2, I'm like, this guy's got to be like 74, 75, right? Probably going to be my new starter, right? Nope, he was not. But still, we got better once again, so can't complain too much. We got a lot of guys to bring back in this next season here. But let's take a look down the roster here now of the new New York Giants team. Daniel Jones at quarterback, Matt Hawkins at backup, Saquon Barkley, Trey Moore. Trey Moore's a superstar. Eric Gray, Malik Davis, fullback Kevin Ware, wide receiver we got Damian Atkinson, Rashad Bateman, Isaiah Hodgins, Jalen Hyatt, Spencer Hendricks, and Ben Bush. Tight end we got Darren Waller, Devin Hutton, and Chris Copeland. Left tackle we got Andrew Thomas and Dontrell Toon. Left guard John Holloman and Taj Phillips. Center John Michael Schmitz and Dan Shaw. Right guard Antonio Shepard and Johnny Benford. Right tackle Evan Neal and Barry Walton. Left end Boogie Basham Jr. and Ashton Peters. Right end Trenton Nolan, Jermaine Starks, and Dion Stallworth. Defensive tackle, we got Dexter Lawrence II, Travis Jones, and Austin Williamson. How old is Boogie Basham? Could probably come back for another year. He's 78 overall. I thought he was more than that. I guess not. Defensive tackle, Dexter Lawrence II, Travis Jones, and Austin Williamson. Left outside linebacker, Azeez Ojulari, now a superstar, Clayton Porter. Middle linebacker, Bobby Okorike, Isaiah Simmons, Terrell Griffey, and Esteban Trejo. Right outside linebacker, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Jarvis Boyce. Corner, Deontay Banks, Adoree Jackson, Paulson Adebo, Jalen Fairley. Probably isn't going to do much this year. Tony Tompkins and Tyrone Young. Unless I want to trade Adoree Jackson because he's, old. I'm honestly thinking about it. Is there anybody that has interest in Adoree Jackson at this time? Get offers. DJ Chark Jr. is definitely an interesting one. Kobe, think about Tyler Boyd, just too old. Rocky Sin, another guy too old. Will Hernandez, too old. Alfonso Dupree with a couple of picks, which gives me a young corner, but don't need that. Chris Barnes here, middle linebacker for Adoree Jackson. I don't think so. Delvin Cook, no. Darnell Washington isn't a bad one either. I kind of like that with a 5th rounder and a 7th rounder for 2 years from now. Devondre Campbell's back with the Falcons. Cameron Dancer Sr., just don't need a corner. Tyler Conklin, don't need another tight end. Jalen Cook with a 5th and a 7th round for next year and 2 years from now. Not a bad one, not a bad one. Brady Christensen. Not it. Ramondre Stevenson, Marcus May, Roger McCreary. I don't really want a corner. Zach Graham, another decent wide receiver I could take just to have a couple of good backups and a 4th rounder and a 7th rounder. I like that 4th rounder actually. Max Weldon at halfback, Titus Howard at right tackle. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks and Zach Graham, and they can have Adoree Jackson. Just Adoree Jackson isn't needed on the team anymore, unfortunately, because we got Jalen Fairley here, and he's who I want to start. And one less guy I got to re-sign at the end of the day too, so I am a-okay with that. So now at corners, Deontay Banks, Paulson Adebo, Jalen Fairley, Tony Tompkins, and Tyrone Young. Free safety, Xavier McKinney and Emmanuel Roman. Strong safety, Percy Smith and Jason Hoskins. Kicker, Graham Gano. And punter, Carter Thompson and Michael Maynard. So really good team we got going here. I'm really happy with the team. And yeah, but we take a look at the re-signed players and how many guys we have to bring back. $136 million in available cap though. Kayvon Thibodeau has to come back, superstar guy. Saquon has to come back. Paulson Adebo, Saquon's got to come back for now. He's 29 years old now. Paulson Adebo I want back. He's a superstar. Xavier McKinney I want back. He's 28. Isaiah Hodgins I want back. Evan Neal I want back. Isaiah Simmons I want back. John Michael Schmitz. If we don't get him back, it's not the end of the world. We got a good center behind him, so I probably won't even worry about John Michael Schmitz. Bobby Okorike we want back. Well, we kind of do. He's 30 years old now. Isaiah Simmons also 28. Daniel Jones, I'll probably end up bringing Daniel Jones back just because, just for, the 3-year contract. I don't even know if I want to do that. Boogie Basham Jr. I might not bring back just to get the young right end that we just drafted this year and there. Darren Waller's not coming back. He's 33 years old now. Graham Gano is not coming back. Damian Atkinson's obviously getting his option accepted. Who do we look for in the draft? I don't know. We'll find out. But I'm going to skip to the start of the regular season, and I will see you guys there. Well, regular season, week 1, 2020, what, 7? 2026, actually. I didn't see the 2026. Why is NFL draft stuck right there? The NFL draft was way longer ago. Set season goals. We want to make the playoffs again. That is our season goal. Obviously. Super Bowl would be very, very nice, but we'll see what happens with that. So now we got to figure out who we're bringing back and who we're not bringing back. So I'm thinking of going for quarterback. Kayvon Thibodeau has to come back. Saquads has to come back. Paulson Adebo I want back. Xavier McKinney I do want back. Unfortunate that he's already 28, but he should be fine to bring back. Isaiah Hodgins I want back. Evan Neal I want back. Isaiah Simmons I would like back. I think Bobby Okoroke I'm okay with letting go. John Michael Schmitz I'm going to let go just because I got a better setter behind him. We'll wait on the middle linebackers. I don't know if I bring back Daniel Jones in all honesty with you. Normal dev trait. He was a 79 last year. He just regressed to a 78. He's not going to be good for very long. Boogie Basham I'm going to let walk. Eric Gray is going to walk. Darren Waller's going to walk. Graham Gano is going to walk. And Damian Atkinson, we're going to get his fifth-year option going. Yeah, I don't know what else to do here. I think I'm going to focus on quarterback. I think I'm going to draft a quarterback. I'm going to find a good quarterback. Tony Selvey, Jaleel Weldon. So those must be the only two guys that are actually going to be good. Right? Looks like that. Eric Dickerson's a possibility. We got 2 top 5 quarterbacks in the class. We're going to have to trade a lot to get to top 5 because I highly doubt we're going to be that bad. But it's going to be what we got to do. We'll look. I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe middle linebacker. If you can. Region breakdown. Let's take a look. So wide receiver, halfback, corner, always the strength of every single fucking class. Doesn't matter what it is. We're looking for quarterback at the national position. West region tight end is now the best thing. Right outside linebacker and defensive tackle. I'll probably do outside linebacker for here. Central, left tackle, wide receiver, outside linebacker. Might do outside linebacker again here. Don't need a tackle or a receiver. Northeast, corner, wide receiver, right end. Don't need any of those. We'll probably go with a quarterback thing here. Yeah, Tony Selvey's right there. And probably a quarterback thing here just because of Jaleel Weldon being there. And I can get both of those guys done with. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so now we have everything set right, I believe. National quarterback, West outside linebacker, Central outside linebacker, Northeast quarterback, and Southeast quarterback. That's what we're looking at, unfortunately. We're just going to move on from Daniel Jones, unfortunately. He's not going to get any better. I think it's just time to move on. He's 29 years old. I think we'll work better if we just move on from Daniel Jones, unfortunately. I know, it's unfortunate, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. I don't care. I'm going to simulate to the midseason mark, and I will see you guys there. Alrighty, so we have the midseason mark here. We're 5-2, so definitely not terrible. Daniel Jones is definitely making a play for me to have to bring him back, I'll tell you what. Kayvon Thibodeau, this should bring him back. Kayvon Thibodeau's back. Saquads, this should bring him back, I'd only assume. Saquads is back. Paulson Adebo's going to do a little more negotiating here. That should bring him back, right? Yep, that's cheap. That's not too bad. Xavier McKinney, gonna have to pay him a little more, unfortunately. That's a lot of money, but he's back. We got a lot of money to spend. Isaiah Hodgins, this should bring him back. Yep, Isaiah Hodgins is back. Evan Neal, this should bring him back here. Evan Neal is back. A lot of guys getting re-signed today. Isaiah Simmons, I'm going to wait on. John Michael Smith, Bobby Okoroke, Daniel Jones, Boogie Basham. Okay, well, let's bring Isaiah Simmons back at least. So we got to pay him some money because he wants to come. Isaiah Simmons does not want to come back. Bobby Okereke I want to wait on, unfortunately. John Michael Schmitz I'm not going to bring back because we got a good center waiting behind him as well, who's also a star, who's also younger. Daniel Jones. I could. He's honestly not that expensive. But he's also 29 years old. He's also only a 78. When we can get a younger guy who might even just be as good, you know? I think that's what I'm looking for here, is a younger guy that might just be as good. So I'm going to wait to negotiate any more players here. Scouting national focus. Obviously, we're looking at quarterback here for the draft of... obviously, I've been saying it the entire time, so it would only make sense if I just kept saying it. I'm going to simulate to week 10, and we'll see where we're at, and we'll go through the draft class as well. Alright, we are at the week 10 here. We're going to look through college players here, even though there's not many positions that I'm probably going to look through. But we'll look through them anyway. So we'll start off with cornerback. The guys here, Tony Selvey, top 5 guy, field general quarterback. Great to elite strength and great to elite throw power. That's really nice. Marginal to decent thing. C awareness though, D break sack, B deep accuracy, A medium accuracy, and A short accuracy. C under pressure, C throw on the run. And B stamina, B play action. Okay, so that's not bad. Jaleel Weldon. Strong arm quarterback, physicals, great to elite throw power, great to elite change of direction, marginal and decent speed. C break sack, C carrying, B deep accuracy, B short accuracy, B play action, B under pressure. I think I like Jaleel Weldon a little bit better. Eric Dickerson. Scrambler quarterback, great to elite speed, great to elite jumping, change of direction, acceleration. This guy looks really good, actually. C awareness, throw on the run, B under pressure, A break sack, C deep accuracy, B short accuracy, B play action. Dickerson doesn't look too bad either. And I'm assuming there's not going to be anybody else that looks great. So in terms of favorites, there wasn't an incredible amount. There was no really good middle linebacker, so I didn't even bother with them. Yeah, Tony Selvey, our quarterbacks here, a couple halfbacks. Couple of linemen as usual, some outside backers that looked pretty good that, you know, would fit the middle linebacker scheme for us, and a couple of kickers because we're going to need a kicker going into the next season. So, yeah, we're going to obviously advance the week so we can do the focus players, which I'm assuming I don't know who I'm going to do at focus player yet. I'll probably look at the linebackers we got there. So scouting focus players. Tony Selvey sucks. Jaleel Weldon is the only best one. He's around 1 to 2 guy who's still not even as good as the top 5 guys. Eric Dickerson is not good either. That's unfortunate. But we can look at our linebackers here then. And that's who we'll obviously take a look at. So, yeah, that's it then. So I'm going to simulate to the playoffs, and I will see you guys there. We are 12-5 at the playoffs, and we won the division, so I'm only assuming we got the first round bye. Look at that. We're already in the divisional championship round. That is nice to see. Let's take a look at our stats here. Daniel Jones, 3,900 yards, almost 4,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, 11 picks. Not terrible season at all. Saquon's with 1,700 yards and 12 touchdowns. Daniel Jones with 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Damian Atkinson with 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns. Rashad Bateman with 859 yards and 4 touchdowns. Isaiah Hodgins with 736 yards and 10 touchdowns. Darren Waller with 654 yards and 5 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley with 355 yards and 2 touchdowns. Our other tight end, by the way, Devin Hutton, is actually a star, but he had 8 receptions for 83 yards. He will be our full-time starter next year. Trent Nolan with 11 tackles for loss. Dexter Lawrence with 11. Boogie Basham and Azeez Ojulari with 10. Kayvon Thibodeau with 7. Isaiah Simmons with 5. Travis Jones, Xavier McKinney, Percy Smith, Fabio Okereke with 4. Jalen Fairley and Deontay Banks, or Jalen Fairley with 3. Deontay Banks with 2. Clayton Porter and Paulson Adebo with 1. Azeez Ojulari had 7.5 sacks. Kayvon Thibodeau with 5.5. Dexter Lawrence with 5. Boogie Basham Jr. with 4. Trent Nolan with 2.5. Isaiah Simmons with 1. And Tyrone Young with 0.5. Bobby Okereke had 3 picks. Jalen Fairley and Paulson Adebo with 2. Isaiah Simmons and Percy Smith and Deontay Banks with 1. Kicking Graham Gano was 7 for 10. So not a bad season once again from our defense and our offense. I didn't actually look at we're number 7 on offensive points per game and number 3 in defensive points per game. So looking really good on both sides of the card. We'll advance to the divisional round and see who we're facing. In the divisional, we're facing the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the guys who beat us this year. As we're take a look at the upgrade players here with Evan Neal going up to an 81 overall. Solid work there. Other than that, the CPU can handle the rest. Playoff rivals, we'll look at that. 9-8 Philadelphia Eagles, by the way. Come on, I think we can do this. Play recognition, let's get that up for us. And let's go to the NFC Championship. Come on, Giants. You guys got this. Let's do this, baby. Come on. Come on. We are in the NFC Championship against the Dallas Cowboys, another playoff rival. Guys who we've had pretty bad luck against in the past, but I believe we can get it done this time. Let's freaking do it, guys. Defensively +5 in the next game. That's what you love to see. Upgrade the players, see who is available for an upgrade. Xavier McKinney is now an 88 overall. Nice to see. The CPU can handle the rest. Let's advance and see if we can make it to the Super Bowl. And see if we can beat the Cowboys in the NFC Championship. Come on, Giants. And we beat them. We're going against the Colts in the Super Bowl. Another team that beat us earlier in the year. Let's go. That is what I love to see. Upgrade players. Saquads is now at 97 overall. That's what we like to see. This is going really well, guys. This is going really well. Isaiah Hodgins is now an 84 overall. So Isaiah Hodgins actually turned out to be a really good player for the Giants. In this simulation, Jalen Fairley at a 70 or 81 overall. So he turned out to be a really good corner for us as well. So we'll advance the week to the Super Bowl where we are facing the Indianapolis Colts. And we're going to play the Super Bowl. We're not going to play it ourselves, but we will sim through it. 13-4 Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson, I'm assuming, is still their quarterback. Daniel Jones is our quarterback. Don't think we can let him go after a Super Bowl win. I mean, that'd be kind of a dick move, wouldn't it? View yearly rewards. MVP, we had Daniel Jones at number 9. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, we had Saquon at 5. Atkinson at 9, actually. Defensive Player of the Year, nobody. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we had nobody. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Fairley at number 3. He should have won it, yeah, let's be honest here. Best quarterback, Daniel Jones at number 3. Best running back, Saquads at number 3. Best wide receiver, Damian Atkinson at number 4. Best O-line, Antonio Shepard, our second-year guard, is at number 2. Best D-line, we had nobody. Best linebackers, we had Azeez Ojulari at 8. Best defensive backs, we not have anybody? Huh, wow. Best kicker, nobody, whatever. We are in the Super Bowl, so who cares? Let's go. Let's face the Indianapolis Colts. Well, we got our media day shit that we got to do. That will go through here real quick. Just the beginning, baby. We got a couple more Super Bowls left in me before I retire. Oh, yeah. Hot opponent. They are quite hot. This is the only one of the 5 teams we lost to this season. I think it was week 8 that we faced them, because it was the one, yeah, 39-36 I want to believe was the score. How I remember that, I don't know, but I do. Jermaine Starks, our rookie right end, is now a 74 overall. Nice to see he'll be taking Boogie Basham's spot next year, so the CPU can handle the rest. And let's go into the Super Bowl against the Indianapolis Colts. Yep, Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones going at it. We'll skip this and get right down to the nitty-gritty here, as we are going to press jump into next play here. Colts start with the ball, and they're going to end up kicking or punting it away. And the Giants driving the field here for us. They're going to score first. New York is on the board. The Colts are going for it. They're going to kick a field goal and get some points up on the board. Giants are once again driving the ball, but they're going to get stopped. But no, they're not. They're once again driving the ball. That's another touchdown for the New York Giants. And we got the Colts. Oh, there's a pick from the Giants as well. That's what I'd love to see. Another touchdown for the New York Giants. And the Colts are going backwards. They're punting it away. And once again, the Giants are getting in there for the touchdown, and we are taking this away from the Colts. That is what I like to see. Colts aren't even going to kick a field goal to end the half. We get the ball to start the half, and we are once again driving the field, and we're going to end it with a field goal. That's unfortunate, but that is okay. We are up 31-3 right now, going 31-10 now, about to enter the fourth quarter here. So we are running the ball, waste some clock. That's what I like to see. We're going to kick another field goal, make it 34-10 for the New York Giants. And the Colts are able to get a touchdown, but an onside kick was recovered by the New York Giants. And that looks like they're going to kick a field goal. Never mind. Let me get the ball back. I wanted to take the knee. But the New York Giants are Super Bowl champions. Great way to end it. Oh, that is so nice. Those guys are really loud, but you can't hear them because I normally shut off the game volume in the on my editing, so that you guys can't hear any game volume. Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson hugging it out right in the middle of the field. Daniel Jones-led New York Giants are Super Bowl champions finally after 2 losing seasons. Went to the wild card last year, and our New York Giants are once again holding up the Lombardi. That is what I love to see. I got a freaking fly in my face. There we go, Daniel Jones. Raise that trophy high, buddy. There we go. Super Bowl 61 champs. New York Giants. Good game. Good game. Good game. Good game. Good game. What was it? 37-18? That's how you win a Super Bowl, baby. That is how you do it. Going out in style. That's what I love to see. We can let the CPU handle those guys there. And we're going to advance to the staff week, as our contract was extended, even though I don't think that matters anything to us, in all honesty with you. But, yeah, that's what I love to see, man. A Super Bowl for the New York Giants, beating the team that beat us earlier in the season. That's awesome. $89 million in available cap. Wow. I don't think we can let Daniel Jones go. He just won us a Super Bowl. So, 5-time AFC champs for the Colts, 6-time NFC champs for the Giants. The New York Giants are 5-time Super Bowl champs, and quarterback Daniel Jones was the Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, we can't let Daniel Jones walk. So, the first season in the rebuild, the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. Second season, the 49ers won it. Third season, the Bills won it. And now, the fourth season, final season, the New York Giants won the Super Bowl. Nice. That is what I love to see. A few 2026 retirements. Let's make sure we didn't end up losing anybody. NFC East. Graham Gano retired. That's fine. We were looking to replace him anyway going into the draft. Other than that, upgrade players. I'm sure it's not. But I'm going to let the CPU handle it anyway because I don't want to go through it right now. The CPU just raised them all to their top thing, so that's what I mostly end up doing anyway. I just always like to take a look at what the new overall of our players are going to be. Let's advance the week to re-sign players. We still need to get Isaiah Simmons to come back, but Simmons, man, we just won a Super Bowl. Don't you want to come back and do it again? Come on, man. I know you want to. I know you want to. There's no way I'm drafting up to get a quarterback. There's no possible way. Tony Selvey, who isn't the guy we're even looking at getting, is going right there. Oh, fuck, it might be a possibility. Jaleel Weldon is going at 20. I could probably trade up from 32 to go get Jaleel Weldon. But Daniel Jones won us the Super Bowl. He earned his contract. He knew I was looking at drafting a quarterback, and he's like, you know what? I'm about to win this team a Super Bowl. And that's exactly what he did. So, I mean, I guess it just makes sense. We can pay you the money to bring you back. There you go. Or don't come back. I'm not franchise tagging you. Bobby Okereke, you can come back for a year. Daniel, you earned this contract, man. You can have it. Next 2 years, what we got of Daniel Jones, so we're going to have to look for somebody else to draft. John Michael Schmitz, we're not bringing him back. Bobby Okereke, I'll bring you back for 1 year if you're okay with taking a little extra money for a year. Okay, so Bobby Okereke is back. Isaiah Simmons, I wanted back. He doesn't want to come back. I could franchise tag him. That's $17 million I'm not going to spend. when I could probably find a replacement in the free agency. Other than that, Darren Waller's now a 70. Darren Waller did come over to win the Super Bowl with the New York, so I don't think he's complaining too much. Let's advance the week to free agency week 1. Let those guys go into free agency. Maybe Isaiah Simmons wants to come back in free agency. We will see. Let's sign free agents. I think we're going to look at taking what's the best available player, because I don't really know if there's really anybody that we're going to want to take, in all honesty with you. Zach Charbonnet is here. Don't need him. Fullback. Don't need any fullbacks. Wide receivers. Don't need any wide receivers. I know that's good. Tight ends are all good for now. Left tackle, or probably now. We probably need a backup, but that's okay. Left tackle we don't need. Left guard we don't need. Center we don't need. Tyler Linderbaum is here, though. Interesting. Osiris Torrance is here. Right tackle. Left end we don't need. Defensive, well, we probably do, but I'm going to move the one guy over there. Defensive tackle. We unfortunately do not need defensive tackle anymore. Unfortunately, we fortunately don't need defensive tackle anymore. I don't know where the hell I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Nolan Smith is here at outside linebacker, but I don't really need him. Middle linebacker Isaiah Simmons is here. Devin Bush, who is the same age, just a 1 overall, lowers here as well. I think I'm going to look to draft a middle line, or not a middle linebacker. I don't even have any middle linebackers available. Henry Tua. Welcome to the team. You're coming to the Giants for now. That's what he is doing. Should I bring in BJ Ojulari to team with Azeez Ojulari? I'm not going to do that. But I think we're good here at free agency. Well, I should probably get my guy Henry Tua in here before I decide to fucking move on. Looks like we're taking best player available, which probably isn't the quarterback. So it looks like we're moving. We're not drafting a quarterback just yet. I'm going to simulate to the free agency recap, and I'll see you guys there. We are at the free agency recap. We got mock draft number 5, who they are projecting us to get. Rafael Martinez. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm looking at just best player available here, whoever that's going to end up being. I can probably look at the contracts, see who's going to go up next year. Tyler Linderbaum is a Falcon. Osiris Torrance is a Cowboy. Taylor Decker's a Falcon. Jordan Whitehead's a Jet. Isaiah Simmons is a Falcon. Ochene Nwosu is a Jet. Taron Johnson's a Commander. Ramondre Stevenson is a Packer. Miles Sanders a Buccaneer. Matt Milano is a Packer. Malik Hooker is a Saint. Felix Anaduke Uzama is a Seahawk. Deion Dawkins is a Colt. Devin Bush is a Patriot. Ordore Jackson is a Saint. Honestly, should have got Devin Bush to come in. Clark Phillips III is a Colt. DJ Reader is a Chief. John Michael Schmitz is a Charger. Michael Carter II is a Ram. Rasul Douglas is a Ram. Zach Charbonnet is a Cardinal. Okay, well. Private workouts. Who do I target here? Obviously, we don't need quarterback anymore. Halfback, we don't need. I don't know if there's a certain position that we really fucking need. I'm just going to look at all these guys and draft the best available out of all of them. Because why not? Advance the week to the draft. Not anybody we're looking to take here in the draft, unfortunately. Or anybody specifically we're looking to take. Sorry, I hit the mic there for a second. Let's take a look at the guys that we just did. Round 1 for Rafael Martinez. Looks to be the best guy. I'm going to take him on my pick 32 just to get that 5th-year option, because why the fuck not? And let's start the NFL draft. Skip ahead. Advance the next user pick, which is pick 32. Make the selection. We are going to take Mr. Rafael Martinez. He is normal dev trait. That's okay. We aren't continuing after the season anyway, so that's not the end of the world. Make your selection. We are going to look. Halfback is not a need, but it is a position that we could probably fill up. Center, we do need a center, but once again, not a position that's specifically needed. I could get another outside linebacker to put behind. No, these are guys I'm looking to move to middle linebacker. That's what those guys are. Let's take Luke Lyons. Why not? Another good running back to have on the Giants, because we all know Saquon isn't going to be here forever. I'm probably just going to take depth pickups here, so I'll see you guys at the end here. All right, well, let's take a look at the draft recap here. Rafael Martinez is a 76 overall. Luke Lyons is a 76 overall. Mello Allen is a 74 overall. I actually drafted 2 kickers. This is the guy I drafted, but I guess the CPU is just far better at drafting. I liked Eric Matthews way more than I liked Mitch Looney, but I guess Mitch Looney is better. I mean, he had a kick accuracy. Eric Matthews had a kick accuracy with decent kick power. I'm not sure what Mitch Looney had. I don't know why the CPU drafted a kicker for me, but whatever, I guess. You know, not my issue. Best players in this draft: 77 overall, Rashard Fletcher at linebacker and PJ Lowry at corner. 76 overall, Chance Chaney right end. Luke Lyons at halfback. LaMichael Landry at tight end. Donovan Spiller at halfback. Rafael Martinez at linebacker. Miles Byers at strong safety. Glenn Galloway at linebacker. Bobby Hayes at corner. Dylan Kearse at left end. Jalen Hooks at halfback. Gerald McCain at halfback. Braxton Wentz. That's not actually the guy I'm looking at, or the overall that I'm trying to look at anymore. We'll advance the week to advance the week to preseason week 1, and well, that's probably where we're going to wrap up our video here. Let's take a look down the roster at the stacked roster. Quarterback Daniel Jones, Carl Nails, and Matt Hawkins. Halfback Saquon Barkley, Trey Moore, Luke Lyons, and Brett Henry. Fullback Kevin Ware. Wide receiver Damian Atkinson, Isaiah Hodgins, Rashad Bateman, Zach Graham, Quincy Billups, Ben Bush, Spencer Hendricks, and Charles Holmes. Tight end Devin Hutton, Chris Copeland, Doug Fowler. Left tackle Andrew Thomas, J.C. Burks. Left guard John Holloman and Taj Phillips. Center Dan Shaw and Mello Allen. Right guard Antonio Shepard and Johnny Benford. Right tackle Evan Neal and Derry Walton. Left end Ashton Peters, which I'm moving Jermaine Starks over there. I forgot to do that. Left end for Jermaine Starks. Anyway, Jermaine Starks, Ashton Peters. Right end Trent Nolan and Deion Stallworth. Defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence II and Travis Jones. I didn't realize I had only 2 defensive tackles. I didn't see that, otherwise I would have drafted those guys. Aziz Ojulari and Clayton Porter at left outside linebacker. Middle linebacker Bobby Okorike, Henry Tuatu, Tyrell Griffey, Esteban Trejo, and Cedric Cooper. Rafael Martinez is actually getting moved to middle linebacker. That is the reason I drafted him, was to move him to middle linebacker. He's a run-stopping, off-the-ball linebacker and not a rusher that would fit the scheme here. So he's actually a 75 overall, which is better than Henry Tuatu, so I'm okay with that. Right outside linebacker Kayvon Thibodeau, Jarvis Boyce. Corner Deontay Banks, Paulson Adebo, Jalen Fairley, Tony Tompkins, Tashawn Geathers, Tyrone Young, Vernon Freeman, Anthony Green, John Russell, and Andrew Hilliard. Free safety Xavier McKinney and Emmanuel Roman. Strong safety Percy Smith and Jason Hoskins. Kicker Mitch Looney, Eric Matthews. Punter Carter Thomason. That is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please drop a like. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you're new here, please subscribe for more Madden NFL 23-24 rebuilds and other NFL content. Also, we do other gaming stuff on October the 20th. We'll be doing Spider-Man 2 on October 27th. Well, after we're done recording Spider-Man 2, we'll be recording Alan Wake 2. In November, we got Modern Warfare 3. December, Avatar. January, whatever the fuck we got in January, Alone in the Dark, I think it was. February, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So many games coming out. I'm excited to record. Can't wait to get into it for you guys. Social media is in the description. Oh, sorry. I also do WWE and AEW professional wrestling content. Social media is in the description below. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Threads. Go follow all of those. Leave a comment of what you thought of this Madden 24 rebuild, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for tuning in.